Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another day in my life. This morning started off a bit chaotic, just in that Rook and Finn woke up at the same time. And normally I get my time with only Finn starting off, which is a little bit easier of a transition to waking up. Either way, I did get my coffee in hand and was able to sit down with it. I also feel the need to address that, yes, I did straighten my hair. I do it like once a year just to see, and then I go back to my curls. So don't get used to it. This being the start of the week, I pulled out my agenda to kind of plan out the day and the week coming up. This really helps keep me grounded and feel like I don't lose my marbles. And before I get any further into the day, I did get a play kit in from Lovevery, who is today's sponsor. So let's talk about it. This play kit is the Observer, which is made for 3-year-olds. If you don't know, Lovevery is a company that makes these play kits that are specific to your child's age and development to help guide them, teach them where they're at. The play kit comes with the Plan Ahead Weather Board, which is a visual and interactive tool to help your child take ownership of their everyday. Wooden emotion dolls, which helps your child learn and name emotions. A modular playhouse, including accessories like the bed, stairs, and a 2-seated car with peg people. 3 books all about emotion, and left and right shoe stickers. I found this play kit so applicable for Rook's age, as you can expect with any Lovevery play kit. But to break it down, the weather board is really cool because I've definitely noticed that Rook does a lot better in his day-to-day when he knows what to expect. And this board helps us plan out our day. Every morning we can talk about the weather, what day it is, what season it is, especially when seasons are such a big concept, it's hard to wrap your head around. I find this really helpful. Rook picked up on the emotion dolls really quick because, again, it's such a big part of his life, all these big emotions. So getting a visual representation of that helps him navigate it. The Playhouse is by far his favorite toy. I've been wanting to get him some sort of Playhouse for a while now, and this, in my opinion, is definitely the best option because it's so simple and open-ended. I feel like he won't get bored of it, and the fact that it's modular means he can play with it a bunch of different ways. I've never seen that done with a Playhouse before. The slide is such a little thing to me, but such a huge aspect for him. He loves the slide, and getting to just build the house whichever way he prefers. The books are definitely a huge hit as well. I can definitely tell that he connects with them. The storyline's all about these big emotions like being angry, sad, happy, calm, frustrated, all very big parts of a 3-year-old's life. We've been using Lovevery play kits ever since Rook was a newborn, and I really do stand behind them ever since because they're made for your child's age and development. They're the most used toys and the most versatile. So if you want to become a play kit subscriber, you can learn more about Lovevery at the link in my description. Thank you again to Lovevery for sponsoring today's video. So moving on to my first activity of the day, which was cleaning the house. The house really had fallen apart over the past few days because I wasn't around. And so I had a lot of tasks to just get everything to baseline standard. And the reason I haven't been around the past few days is because of softball. I've mentioned in another video that I joined a softball team this summer, and it's been so much fun. It was 2 nights a week throughout the spring and summer. It's over now, but the past 2 weekends I was in tournaments, and I thought at the end of it I would be like, whoa, that was a lot of softball. I'm glad the season is over. Turns out I'm like, wow, I wish this was still going because I had so much fun and it was so good for my mental health. Being able to disconnect and do something that's just fun and social and active was so important for my mental health. It was a lot having it back-to-back weekends, but that's kind of also what I liked about it was all day Saturday, all day Sunday, I was at the ball field. If I had the chance, I would come home between games or Josh would come out with the kids and I could feed Finn. But for the most part, or not the most part, just fully my whole attention was at the ball field. I grew up playing competitive softball, so it's not that surprising that I was so into it, but it just hit so different now playing as a mom. Because before it was like, oh yeah, this is a fun activity. And now it's like being able to not be a mom for a second was really impactful. Not having to worry about feed schedules, cleaning the house, kids' activities. And I know this is like selfish, but that just is what it is. It was really nice getting to do things for myself. And even after the tournaments were over, I saw such an impact on my day-to-day because I was able to disconnect and have that break. I came back a better person. So during the week, as per usual, life happens, and I don't know, Josh would do something that he normally would have to walk on eggshells over, and he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry I did this, da 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 da. And I'm like, I don't care. Why would I care about that? Which makes me really feel crazy because normally stuff like that would set me off, and that's why he's being sensitive to it. And now I'm like, why would I be upset about that? Like, that's such a little thing. So he is having a hard time keeping up with me. But it really goes to show that being able to do something other than motherhood reset my mind and took the edge off, I guess you could say. So I feel like, and I think Josh would confirm this, but I feel like I've been a joy to be around lately. I haven't had any anger spells. I feel like myself again. I feel like a better mom in these moments when I'm, with the kids, because I have more patience. I would start the week off like ready to do things like this, ready to reset the house, because I haven't been on that hamster wheel of gotta keep things clean every second of every day over and over and over again. So that's been really cool. But there is a downside to it. For one, it does feel bad that it took me having to be away from my kids to feel like a better person and feel like myself. Like I said, that was 2 days back to back where I didn't see the kids besides feed schedules and bedtime, I guess. And I hate just admitting that that's what made me feel better. This also put a big weight on Josh because, he's working a full work week and then coming home and doing basically my full-time job of caring for the kids solo. And it was worse for my marriage just in the sense of I'm not spending time with him either. So at the end of these 2 weekends, I definitely felt disconnected from Josh, even though I feel happier and more lovingly towards him, I guess. So this has left me feeling very lost because I feel the best I've ever felt in a long time, but I also have been a worse wife and mother. So I really don't know what to do about this. Also, the ball season is over and I'm quite scared now of what am I gonna do next? Like, what can I do after this that's active and social and fun, I guess. But it needs to be something that's less of a commitment than this ball season was. But if it's less of a commitment, will I still get the same benefits? I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to find a balance in this and find an activity that can rejuvenate me without taking away from being a mother and being a wife. So, that's where I'm at right now. Feeling really good about myself, but also terrible about motherhood and being a wife. Even the past few days I've been home, I haven't left the house at all, and I'm already getting that itch of like sadness and hopelessness. But I've also been a really good mom and homemaker. So again, I'm just feeling very lost in what I can do to fulfill myself and fulfill my roles here. Anyways, moving on from that sad, confusing topic, let's get back into what I'm actually doing this day besides cleaning. When Finn went down for his nap, I took Rook out into the backyard and it was a beautiful sunny day. We did some playing out there. I picked some chamomile, which I try and do every day, and then I dry it on a little drying rack. I got a lot of flowers that needed to be cut. I got some white cosmos here, and then another bouquet of white cosmos and some snapdragons. These are the first tomatoes that have turned red, so I shared them with Rook. And then I also had one lonely pickling cucumber ready to go. Like I said, besides the ball tournaments, I've been home a lot lately, and I still need to get out to keep some sort of sanity. Today I decided to go to Once Upon a Child to get the kids some clothes, kind of prepping for fall. Well, getting Rook clothes. Finn doesn't need anything. I found these really cute sneakers for Finn, but he already has shoes that Rook wore, and these are like $20 each. So I left those behind. They have this section that's all like small shops, which is nice that they consolidate it into one area, even though it's a bit more expensive, but I couldn't find anything. Most of the stuff was for girls, so whatever. I did find these really cute brown boots, but I couldn't remember what size shoes I had for Rook, and then I did get these black hunter boots. Rook needs some new t-shirts because he's growing out of his, and I basically just look for like plain solid colors. Now that I'm home, I can show you what I got. Like I said, I grabbed these hunter boots. They were $20, but cheaper than getting them new, and he'll get a lot of use out of them. And then the rest of this I'll show you quickly because it's nothing really worth talking about. I just got him some basic colors, long sleeves, pants. He's definitely had a growth spurt lately, so I got him size 4T stuff instead of 3T tea because I think he's not gonna last in them. I have been trying to prioritize eating lunch earlier lately because previously I waited till both the kids were down for their naps, and that's like 2 o'clock. So I'm trying to eat with the kids even though it's more chaotic. I'm just having some spaghetti squash marinara thing from the night before. And then now that Rook was down for his nap, me and Finn get our one-on-one time. He's been learning to walk recently. How cute is that? At the ball field is actually where he took his first independent step. Adorable. So as you can see, he's definitely starting to get the hang of it, but he only will do it kind of with me like this. He hasn't chosen to do it on his own. Either way, so fun. I love the walking stage. Now both the boys are down, and a project I've been meaning to do for a while is swap the stuff in our, I guess, linen closet with the stuff I have in our built-ins. When we moved in here, I just kind of put things where it made sense, and not all that makes sense anymore as the house has changed and we've grown. So the linen closet, I keep currently just random household things like cables and manuals and candles and batteries and some of my gardening stuff. And then in the built-in cabinet, I have all of our board games, which is not ideal because it's harder to get into the built-in cabinet and I want easier access to the board games. So my plan was to swap this. I thought I would declutter, but I didn't really get rid of anything. So it really is just an organizational task. Here's the built-in with all of our board games, and I also have my essential oils in there. So you can see the air conditioning units in the way, but even when that's not there, I have the chair in this corner, so it's just harder to access, like I said. And turns out it made way more sense to have the board games in here because there's so much more vertical space in this closet that wasn't used that can be used pretty well with stacking board games. So this is the aftermath. I think it looks really nice. I also keep my camera in here, so that works out well. And after all that, I sat down to have a little snack of some pistachios because I worked hard and I deserve it. I've been trying to prioritize moments of stillness, not scrolling on my phone, just kind of being in my own thoughts because I'm, trying to find different ways to tackle my overstimulation. And then Josh gave me a call because he got off work, so we had a little chat about life, I guess. I just put my phone on the couch on speakerphone. I'm not smiling at myself. Also, oh my gosh, my sock is so dirty. How embarrassing. After that, the boys woke up and I just ordered us some Indian food for dinner because this is the night of the week that Josh doesn't come home, so I get takeout and I felt like having Indian. So yeah, that's everything I did on this day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on the whole balancing motherhood and wife life and your own mental health because obviously I'm still figuring it out. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.